morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. It's looks like it's time for another album update.
Yeah, you guys in there? Okay, just checking.
Yeah. Whew. So, how is everyone? I thought that this most recent update, the second update that I'm doing here, I'll just give you guys a little tour of my studio. So, because thanks to COVID, kind of messing up the whole planet, I'm being stuck at home and trying to figure out how to capture everything that I need to do. So what I've been doing is I've been upgrading the studio with things that normally I would just go to another recording studio to use for the day, but instead, because I can't, so I've been doing quite a bit of upgrading so that I can capture it all here and have it sound as good as it would, at the best A-list studio. So yeah, so maybe sit back for a sec and I'll give you a little rundown and little tour of the Dairy House studio. All right, cool. All right, hang on. Okay, right, so let's do this. All right, here we go. So flipping around here. So this is kind of the heart of the whole thing here, which is, back in the day, it used to be all about having massive desk over this whole thing, with a million faders, and that has been replaced by virtual ones. So, no need for that anymore, but we still need the space because I do have some things that's really important is kind of having some of the older analog high-end Class A gear that still sounds better than anything that they do with modern stuff these days. So starting with, this is kind of my vocal chain. Let me fix this here. Go like that. But this particular microphone is a Telefunken. There we go. Telefunken AK-47. It's based on a U-47, and it actually has a tube inside of it. And so when you turn it on, it gets hot, it gets warm. So, and it sounds better after being on for about an hour. It gets up to the right temperature, and it seems to be very happy. So this is like my favorite microphone, based on my favorite microphone. It's just like the U-47 is the bomb. It's my favorite on my voice, with the old pop screen there to keep the P's and the T's and such blowing air on the capsule. And then that goes from there into this. This is an old Neve 1073. It's like a reconditioned version of it, which is a fantastic microphone preamplifier. And then I can either go into this old optical compressor, kind of based on an LA2A. I know a lot of you are like, what is he talking about? Into my favorite compressor on the planet, which is this guy. This is an old 1176, which is fantastic. And then that goes from there into this guy right here, which is a really, really nice converter, which converts the analog signal into digital to get it into the computer. This particular unit also has 12 Class A preamps built into it, which is awesome. So if I'm doing drums or multiple instruments, I can use that. I even have another cool mic pre here. Another smaller DI or A to D here. This is the power supply for my microphone. So it has its own power supply, which is pretty cool. This power conditioner, obviously, and it's actually a wireless receiver. So if I want to be recording way outside, I can do that. This, of course, is one of my favorite photos of us backstage at the Billboard Awards with ZZ Top. Rodney's sexually harassing Billy Gibbons, I think. Anyway, right, and then I have two sets of speakers, so that's cool. So the larger ones are the ones I listen to most of the time. Smaller ones just to give me a kind of a variation of sounds. I can hear what they sound like on different systems. And I also have a sub down here too, so I can hear what's going on in the low end. I can operate them all individually by turning them off. A being the big ones, B being the small ones, and C being the subwoofer. So depending on what I want to listen to, plus I can listen on headphones. And these speakers are kind of famous. The white ones would have the white speaker cones. Those are famous. They're based on the NS10s that the Yamaha made, and they're actually rather crappy speakers, but they sound pretty amazing. Well, the idea being that if you can get them to sound good, you can make that it sounds good on anything. I always trip out on all these guys in these studios that have these amazing sounding speakers. I mean, you can play anything through it and it will sound amazing. And that's not the idea. When you're recording, you want things to sound as good as possible. So you want speakers that make you work really hard. So very famous engineer, Steve Churchard, who's worked on Dishwalla 5 with us, but he's done, the Eagles and God, you name it. I mean, he's done an incredible amount of stuff, but he was telling me that that's why he uses them, was because they make him work really hard, which I thought was kind of cool. So yeah, and I use Pro Tools software for recording. There's no analog recording material in here, no tape, but I do have plenty of analog on the front end, so that is hugely important. So that's kind of a hybrid thing. I've got a couple Buddhas over here and smiling, and great photo of my wife and I, Min, and these little accoutrements here. So, all the things that you need for recording. You've got the capo, a couple slides, EBO, which has a cool purple light. See the cool purple light? So, yeah, I think I have an example of using the EBO one day on a video somewhere. And this is a pretty cool by the Gorilla here. This is a vocoder, which is pretty cool synth. So if you want to do some weird things, you can. This is my mannequin here. This is a cool picture of my son Justin. He's, this is actually him fishing in the high Sierras in California. And that particular spot was one of my dad's favorite places to fish. And he's fishing the exact spot that I put my dad's ashes into the river after he passed away. So it's kind of cool. So my brother-in-law took that photo and sent it to me. I thought that was awesome. So anyway, so there's that. One of my coolest boxes on the planet, this guy. It's Memory Man. This thing's from the 70s, still works. It's awesome. And yeah, going over here, some of the other cool stuff. I've got another backup keyboard there, guitars, so Fender bass and Les Paul Telly, another Telly, a Taylor, and a Martin. So I kind of have a nice variety of guitars that I can pull depending on the sound that I want to use. A couple effects boxes here. One of my favorite photos from live, flying in the air. Back in the day when I used to do that. And yeah, and then, of course, tambourine, gotta have that going on. Excuse me, cool old, gosh, excuse me, blimey, just choking. Cool old Fender amp here. So I have a few amps, but this is probably my favorite. It's been modded, has a single 12 in it. And man, it just sounds awesome. So yeah, it's a great one if I want to do, for miking, I can put anything through it. Trying to think of what else might be interesting. You've of course got the, very English drinks cart here. So, just a wee dram. I'm not a big drinker, but it's kind of nice to relax and, late at night and have that. My other Gorilla lamp. Thank you, Min. And our hand sanitizer, of course. And we are certified here with the NHS, so being a real recording studio, that's important. And then even more important here is this guy. So I have a full weighted keyboard. You can see it's like a piano keyboard, which is pretty cool. And so if I need to, for doing any kind of keyboard parts or whatever it is, piano or anything, strings, whatever, weird sounds, it's nice because it's right here, sustain pedals down there. And it's directly plugged into the computer, which is cool. This is my gluten-free blueberry muffin here. Cup of coffee, good times. Yeah, oh, and I know what's important. And right out here, we just got this the other day. So this is the new piano. This thing's awesome. Yeah. It's a new piano coming in. Good times.
1, 2, great.
Is it heavy? It's very exciting.
Come on, Joe.
and so it's brilliant for recording. All I have to do is just pop the top on it and put a mic on this side and another condenser mic on that side, and just got a fabulous sound. So it's right around the corner here, so I can do piano, which is great. Plus, if I just want to work on stuff and just play, nice view. If you can see that out down towards the Thames. And yeah, I guess that's it. So here, let me flip it around here. Right, so that's kind of it for the tour. Anything cool new shows up, I'll definitely maybe give you a little tour of that in the future update. If anybody has any questions about anything that I kind of quickly passed over, don't hesitate to let me know. You can always shoot me an email and I'd be happy to respond or add it in a future update. But yeah, so I'll probably future updates, I'll be giving you guys stuff, you know, showing you little clips of things that I'm working on, maybe some recording of this or that. And yeah, as well as whatever I can sort out considering the COVID issues right now, because I would really like to do some recording with other humans instead of playing by myself here. So yeah, I guess that's about it. But again, you guys, thank you so much for your support. I cannot tell you how thankful I am. You guys absolutely rule, and I'm hugely grateful, and I hope to make an album you guys are proud of and enjoy. All right, cheers, cool, rock on, bye.